I'm joined from Manchester by Nick Griffin, leader of the BNP, and Andrew Bronze from Yorkshire, elected as an MEP. Mr. Bronze, could I start with you? We heard your speech a moment ago. The politicians of the main parties say people vote BNP without endorsing what it stands for, purely as a protest vote, not because they believe in your racist policies, not because they believe in an end, they believe in voluntary repatriation, not because they support a party that will only have whites in its membership. Is that true, or do the people who vote for you endorse all those three policies?
At least the people who vote for us know what our policies are. In the case of the Liberal Party, they know nothing about them at all. They just vote for them as a protest vote. In the case of UKIP, they believe, they're under the mistaken impression that UKIP actually wants to get us out of the European Union. In fact, some UKIP members, and indeed UKIP MEPs, have said that they don't. They only want to reform it.
Nick Griffin, you're a racist party in the sense you won't have black people as members. You'll only have those of Caucasian background.
Would you interview someone from the Black Police Officers Association and say that because that's for blacks, they're racist? No, you wouldn't.
Could I finish my question to you, please? This is a country that's becoming increasingly multiracial, with mixed marriages between people of different colours, of all colours. How do you decide when somebody qualifies as a Caucasian who can vote for your party and won't be asked to consider voluntary repatriation?
Well, voluntary repatriation is on the agenda right now, paid for by the Labour Party. It's been on the statute books since 1972, and it is available to people of ethnic minorities. It's not, for instance, available to white Ulstermen or white Irishmen or their families wanting to go back to their islands. So at present there's actually a bias in favour of non-white, non-Indigenous people. So, you know, there's racism there. What we should be talking about is why we've been elected, and I can tell you that in huge parts of South Yorkshire there is a problem with racism. There's overwhelming racism against the native Indigenous peoples of these islands, the people who have always been there, the people in the pit villages, who are put to the bottom of the heap by the government, put to the bottom of the heap by local councils, and whose plight and problems are consistently ignored by the mass media. That's why we've done so well. It's ordinary, decent people in Yorkshire kicking back against racism, because racism in this country overwhelmingly is directed against people who look like me.
Do you think that the people who vote for you in Yorkshire, and we don't know about whether you've won a seat, I don't know what your view is in the northwest, do you think they vote for you knowing all that and believing that you'll kick out the people who've come in from abroad in favour of the people who live there? Is that why they vote for you?
We're not talking about kicking anybody out other than illegals and bogus asylum seekers who should be removed under due process of law. But as far as we're concerned, everyone who's in this country legally, contributing to our society and not wanting to transform it into something else, something alien, something undemocratic, unchristian, everybody is welcome. And as a matter of fact, we've had quite a few, particularly Sikhs, in places like Bradford. They vote for us because they understand that this country has a serious problem with radical and aggressive Islam spreading amongst young Muslims, and they see we're the only people who dare to talk about it.
So if that's your view, why don't you let those people join your party? I mean, you take their vote. Why can't they join your party? Why are you a whites-only party?
OK, well, there's a couple of reasons for that, and I hope you'll let me finish. First of all is that at present, if an employer tries to sack someone because they're in the British National Party, we can use the Race Relations Act to defend ourselves. So when employers and local councils and government stops trying to persecute our people for their political beliefs, then we can look afresh at our membership policy. The second key factor is at the moment, we're living in an enforced multiracial society where successive governments, Tory and Labour, use vast amounts of taxpayers' money to put non-whites at the head of all sorts of queues. Those different ethnic groups have all sorts of groups standing up for their interests. You can't even register an English charity, it's illegal. Someone has to stand up for the majority Indigenous population of this country just to get a level playing field. When the ruling elite give our people a level playing field and play fair with the British people, then we will readdress our membership policy.
Have you won a seat in the northwest, or did you choose the wrong spot?
It's simply too close to call. It's within a couple of thousand votes.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
Thank you very much.